How long does it take to get Wrastor into gold? Well, today I'm going to tell you. On day 1, I started off at an elo of 813 and I worked my way up to 824. And I forgot how different this character is. So I keep on trying to use tilts instead of smash attacks because I input for smash attacks, but I end up just activating a tilt because that's kind of Wrastor's whole gimmick, is he can only do strong attacks in the air. So, of course, my muscle memory, my monkey brain keeps on trying to F smash instead of F tilt like a good Wrastor should. And also SCRAW! You know what I'm saying? Like SCRAW! Like just hitting SCRAW is so satisfying. It's so satisfying. And yeah, it's probably the most satisfying move to hit in the entire game is SCRAW. Anyways, during this game, I got nervous because he switched to Larena and he started winning, but luckily I was able to adjust and I found the W. On the night of day 1, I learned that early combos are quite fun, but finding the kill can be very tricky. And this is like the marthritis of Wrastor, because all of his attacks are combos into strong kills, except maybe up tilt. Then it makes it really hard to find a stray kill if you are at later percents and you can't combo into the right moves. But although I learned that negative of Wrastor, I also learned a positive, which is down smash off ledge. If people are not careful, you can catch people sleeping really easily, especially against Larena. I feel like that matchup is very bad for her because when she doesn't have chair, her recovery is extremely linear. So as she side specials back onto stage, it makes for a really easy target for Wrastor, and it even goes through her up B, or at least some of it. So I just think that matchup is terrible for Larena. Anyways, I ended the night with an elo of 838, and on the morning of day 2, I was still struggling to kill, so I just F smashed. I just F smashed in neutral and hoped it worked. So most of my game was spent getting the early lead, and then them slowly catching up as I struggled to find a kill. Both games were close here, but I ended up winning both of them. And yet again, my elo is completely undeserved. I ended day 2 with an elo of 865. On the afternoon of day 3, I played in the Brazilian Weekly, and I actually managed to beat Cieli when Cieli was going Larena, and that is really good for me because normally I cannot beat Cieli. I beat his Wrastor actually for some reason, even though his Wrastor is really good, when he was first starting to learn Wrastor, I think. But he's a very, very talented player, so I'm very impressed that I was able to beat him. I ended that session with an elo of 870. On the evening of day 3, I started losing like a normal person does. So now I don't feel fake, thank goodness. But I lost 2 close games, and I was just glad with how close I kept it because I was playing against 1,000 rated players. So the fact that I was able to keep it competitive means that there are good things to come. And on the evening of day 3, I wrote down, I appreciated how fun this character is. I really enjoy playing as Wrastor. And now that I'm a little bit better at the game, he is so much more fun than the first time I played him, when I was still learning the game. And I know that the more I continue learning with him, the more fun he'll be. And I still think learning SCRAW would be really good because SCRAW is just so satisfying to hit. I love that move so much. My favorite move in the game now, I think. On the afternoon of day 4, I somehow lost the first game, but I 2-stocked on the second. And on the third, well, the third. On the evening of day 4, I lost twice in a row. Once against Sinner. Of course, I would lose against Sinner. He's really good. And then against this Claren, and I just did not have fun playing against Claren. That was rough. On the night of day 4, I won both my games. Nothing new to report, except that my second opponent rage quit after getting downstronged offstage twice. And I really don't blame him because that shit hurts. My elo is 882. On the late night of day 4, I played against Lua, and I lost, of course, because Lua is also really good at this game. But, again, I kept it competitive, so I'm really not too ashamed with how I did. And then I beat a dude from Australia playing on 300 ping. On the morning of day 5, I played against Lorena, who got salty that I tried to down smash off ledge. So when he switched to Wrastor to show me how easy it is to win with this character by down smashing off ledge, I beat him anyways. I consider this day to be a perfect ending to my journey because after I beat that player, I moved on to beat a gold Olympia who was at an elo of 908. So I basically stole his elo, and now I am the one at 908. So yeah, takes you 5 days to get Wrastor into gold if you have literally every other character in the game to gold except Crag. I think it'd be better if they didn't have overall elo and just had character elo. I think that would be better in fighting games, because everybody plays so differently. And then you can just compare your top ranked player or character against other top ranked characters. But then would that mean you wouldn't have to switch? I don't know. I don't know how it works. It would just be easier for me for the series. Anyways, let's take a look at the graphs. So these graphs are interesting. If you look at the elo versus day, you see a continuous climb. No issues. But if you look at the elo versus session, I had a great start and then it got really rocky. But then I managed to fight off that plateau, that brief little plateau. So it's just very interesting depending on how you portray data and which data you choose to portray, how differently that looks to people reading graphs or observing the data. But yeah, overall here, nothing too crazy to report. Next video is Craig because he's the only one who I haven't gotten into gold. And I've already gotten him into gold, actually, by the time of recording. Spoiler alert, it was piss easy. That character is so messed up. Anyways, I'm excited to see you in that video. Have a great day. Bye.